Hey everybody, welcome back to Out of the Ordinary with Jay, and I am with
Courtney. Hi guys.
And Courtney. Let's see, we'll start with this. Where are you from?
I'm from Gilbert, Arizona.
Where are you at now?
I am living in Boston, Massachusetts.
Why?
I'm a law school student.
Wow, okay. So nobody sue me. I got a lawyer here.
You'll be my first client, remember? We talked about this.
Okay, very good. I like it. And how old are you?
I'm 25 years old.
Okay, so we're going to answer some interesting questions, I think. Okay. And they're going to be challenging, I think, this round. So,
okay.
Why do bad things happen to good people?
Ooh.
Why do you think that is?
So I can take it in a biblical sense. I think God gives his toughest challenges to his strongest warriors. And I think...
Wow, I've had it pretty easy. I must be weak. Weak sauce over here.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, gosh. You've had your fair share of challenges.
Not really. I've had it good. Anyway, but go ahead. I like where this is going. Ripping me a new one. Okay.
So, I mean, that's what I've been told, and I honestly take peace in that because I think I'm a stronger person, absolutely, from things that I've gone through. You know, I've had rare blood disorder, things in college. You know, there's a million things that go down the list, just like anyone else. But I think who I am today, without those challenges, I wouldn't have the perspective and I would say wisdom and things that come with tough life.
Okay.
Life things.
So bad things could maybe be put in quotes, and because that could just be a perception, and it could be something that's making you stronger.
I think also bad things are perception of how much you let them affect you.
Oh, definitely. You could have the same circumstance happen to two different people, and one could view it very positively and one could view it very negatively, and it's the same event.
And I think I think it's how much you let it affect you. And obviously, like, comes in waves and it's really hard, but I just maybe choose to not let it, you know, absolutely knock me down without getting back up. So
I like that. If you could dedicate your life to solving one problem, what would it be?
Well, that's a really good question.
Just one problem.
How people could live debt-free.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I probably should have gone with world hunger. I mean, obviously that's a natural one.
Going debt-free,
but debt-free could help.
Debt-free would have, people are debt-free, they can buy a lot of food. So.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So you would like to be the female version of Dave Ramsey? Is that
yeah, pretty much. Like, I feel like a lot of problems are surrounded by money, and I feel like, I'm not saying that, sure, would we all love to be millionaires, but I think if less stress of debt, I think a lot of people would be happier. And I think happier society, happy wife, happy life, but like happy society. Yeah. I think a lot of things would be good.
There's a study that was done, and they showed, I can't remember, I'm gonna get the graph wrong, forgive me on this, people, but they show that, like, once you get enough money for like the necessities, shelter, food, etc., and a little bit extra, like after that, it's pretty much diminishing returns. In other words, like, you don't really gain anything once you've hit the certain spot. So debt free's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. What are a couple things you value most in a person?
I love this one. I would say honesty, vulnerability, and I think the way they interact with people in their community. Like, what I mean by that is, like, are they highly regarded in their community? Like, if people can speak highly of them, I feel like then that's really good. And they have a really good, strong, you know, group of people that they're connected with. Because I think that says a lot about a person, that they're willing to invest, that they're committed. They want to, you know, they're a giver. And I think that that's huge for me, because a lot of qualities can be found in who you hang out with and where you spend your time.
And so reputation is what I'm hearing, because, like, and that's true. It's funny. You could go into any, like, you can move into any new neighborhood, and people will be right away. They'll be quick to point out, like, stay away from so and so, or they're awesome over there. Yeah, definitely, they've got the best wings or whatever. You know, it's like, so it is interesting. So. All right, okay. What is one thing that people all too often misunderstand about you? Oh, that maybe you wish people knew.
People tell me I have an RBF.
What is that?
Resting, lack of a better term, bitch face. So, like, if I'm not smiling and I'm just like,
oh, I should know RBF.
Like, I just have this face on, like my volleyball face, like, oh, she's probably really mean. And I'm like, oh, dang, really? Because I think I'm like pretty cool person.
You're super nice. I'm so glad that I made you spell out RBF on camera. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel great. No, this is not rated G. So.
Okay, good.
Anyways, so you wish that, you think people misunderstand just their initial look at you is like, oh, she thinks she's whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, I'm super friendly. I can't help it. You know, like.
Yeah.
Like,
or sometimes.
That's interesting.
Or people will say like, oh, like, I think, you know, you have one way that you perceive yourself and how others view you, and people will be like, you're really confident. And I'm like, wow, if you only heard my inner monologue, you know? And it's like.
Exactly.
Yeah, some people are like, oh, you're in law school. I'm like, just because I'm in law school doesn't mean you're a confident individual. You know, like, I have confidence, but I'm not like
overly confident.
Yeah, you know, like that type of thing. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like sometimes that deters people from engaging with me.
I would agree with those things, but I would say this thing. I don't think it's the RBF that you mentioned, but I do think you hold yourself confidently. Like when you showed up to this interview, you were confident. You looked like a confident woman. And I do think that gets misconstrued in our society.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just think that's the way that it is.
Yeah.
You know? I think there's a lot, but especially I would think becoming a lawyer and stuff, being confident is like, that would be a great, a tribute to have.
Yeah, for
You know, being confident. I mean, like if I'm going to see a lawyer and I see somebody and they're like, yeah, I could probably help you, I think.
I don't
you know what I
know.
mean? Like
maybe,
I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna hire that person, but I'm coming and they look like they're confident. I might be like, okay, you're my person.
That's a good point.
Okay. Something you would recommend everyone try at least once.
Ooh. Church.
Mm-hmm. Take me to church.
Take me to church. Good old hoser. But yeah, I would say it may not be for everyone, but I think God has given us free will and the blueprint to, life and the purpose of it, and some willing to take it and some willing not.
Okay, I like it. I was gonna say ostrich jerky, but yours is good too.
That's a good one too.
Okay.
See the Renaissance Festival here in Arizona. Exactly. If you've never been, go.
Yeah, that's great. Yes. What's the craziest thing you've ever done, and would you do it again?
The craziest thing I've ever done.
Doesn't it? Crazy's all relative. Not everybody is a bungee jumper. You know what I mean? Not everybody's a skydiver.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm sheltered, but I'm very close to my family. I've always stayed stateside, all these things. And so I guess the craziest thing I've ever done is I backpacked Europe for a month with my best friend from college.
That's a big deal. That's brave.
Yeah.
Especially young women.
Yeah. And we knocked off so many places. We were in Spain, Portugal, where else we were in Paris. Like there were so many places that we went, Madrid. And so we had a good time. Like, it was very fun. I mean, thankfully, we did not get into any trouble or, had to run from the law.
Have your pockets picked.
Yeah, literally. Thank goodness. So I'd say maybe that's the craziest thing I've ever done.
And can I guess? Would you do it again?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
I wish we stayed longer.
Okay. All right. What's the secret to health? Good health. Secret to good health.
Secret to good health.
A secret to good health, I guess.
Oh my gosh. I would say, for me, moving your body and enjoying the activity that you're doing. Don't do something because society tells you to do it. Do something that you want to enjoy, going outside, getting fresh air, things like that. I think that's good health. I think good health is also trying a new good restaurant. That's good mental health. Like I'm a foodie. I need to try a new restaurant. So
do something even if people don't really think. So like if I wanted to say wear leg warmers and go take a jazzercise class.
Heck yeah.
I should do it.
Heck yeah. And I'd be right there behind you signing up.
Nobody would
I don't know about the tights, but I would.
I'm pretty sure that place will be closed down in a minute, but okay. Okay, what is this? Oh, sorry. What is the secret to happiness?
Ooh.
Or a secret to happiness?
I mean,
it could be the same answer, even.
I think my happiness is who I surround myself with. I think that's family.
Like that.
And laws. I love the legal world. I love, one day I think when I'm a lawyer, I think I will be happy. And so I think it's doing something for the long haul that I love. So that also creates
I never asked you, but do you know what type of law you want to do? Like, do you have an idea?
Ooh, yeah, I'm kind of juggling between two. It's sports and entertainment law. So I'd get like my NFL agent certificate.
You have a background in sports and you need to have that's good.
Yeah, like NIL deals. And then hopefully like business transaction, maybe on the small business scale.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be good at that, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Best advice you've ever got, or your favorite saying, something like that. I know you've gotten advice along the way being a college athlete for sure.
Yeah. think I kind of mentioned it earlier, but it was, you know, you can either cry about it or do something about it. And I think for me, it's just, talked about it earlier, but life is hard. But you keep going. And I think the beauty of it is that we have a choice in how we interact and who we get to influence. And so I think just waking up each day and choosing to make a positive impact around, I mean, those around you and also yourself too. So
I like that saying. I think that's good, and it's going to go along with a saying that I'm going to throw out here, which is Mike Tyson said this, and I think it was Mike Tyson that said this, and it's super interesting, especially for someone like me that's kind of like very analytical and a big planner and all those things. Is he was asked about his opponents, was, you know, the opponent was saying he's got to do this to him, this to him, and Mike Tyson's only response was, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And that is like a big life lesson right there.
That's so,
right?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty, but it goes to your point though, which is to say, yeah, and then you get punched in the face, and then you get back up again.
And then what do you do? You know, I mean, you have a choice to either lay down or get back up. And I hope I would opt, in the sense, if I got punched in the face, I'd get back up. You know, I'd like to think so, because that's been modeled for me.
Yep.
So.
Well, that is awesome and a perfect way to close this out. Thank you, Courtney.
Thanks, Jace.